Jonah Code. So
Okay, all right. Watch the Jonah Code.
He's watched the Jonah Code a couple of times. He says, I do not know why, however, you choose November 1947, the UN decree, as the start date for the Daniel 9 prophecy regarding...
Oh, I didn't! I didn't! I don't care how many times you watch it, I did not do that! See, what happens is that people have these things already in their mind, and it doesn't matter what I say, they filter it through what they already think. And if there's one thing I didn't do, I did cite that date, and that I tried to see if that has any relevance to it, and it didn't fit with anything. That's what I talked about. Well, go on. Take it from there. Anyway. This is from cyberspace. I've got it. What can I say?
Okay. And he says, I have always thought it was from the time that they were established, May 1948, according to Isaiah 6. Born in a day, he cites. And then, thus commanded to go forth and rebuild. For such a miraculous and prophetic event, why would the UN be given any validity?
Yeah, it says the ungodly.
The ungodly nations.
Ungodly nations be given any validity. Well, to answer that, for the same reason that Nebuchadnezzar was called his servant. And he went in and slaughtered, by the hand of Nebuzaradan, slaughtered hundreds of thousands of people and carried the entire nation away into captivity. How was Nebuchadnezzar a servant? Because Nebuchadnezzar did what Nebuchadnezzar was supposed to do. And this is a prophetic statement that Moses gave us. If you do not let the land rest, the Almighty said, I'm going to bring another nation in to carry you away captive into that nation, and while you're gone, the land will rest. Okay? So, that way Nebuchadnezzar was actually his servant. Cyrus was also prophesied, a pagan emperor, Artaxerxes. And this is what I do say. The 7th year of the reign of Artaxerxes, on Aviv 1, it tells us the first day of the first month, that is when, by command of Artaxerxes to go forth and rebuild Jerusalem, that very day of Aviv 1, that was where the prophecy of Daniel started. And from that day, you go 69 sevens of years, or 483 years, and you come to the moment in time in the Gospel of John. This is the triumphal entry, This is the day Yeshua walks out of the wilderness, and Yohanan ben Zechariah says, behold, the Lamb of God, which takes away the sin of the world. Exactly from Aviv 1, 457 BCE, before the Common Era, until Yeshua walks out of the wilderness, and John says, behold, the Lamb of God, exactly 483 years, 69 sevens of years. And that is exactly what I teach there. So, as far as another layer to Daniel's prophecy, we look at these layers and realize that in 1948, Israel became a nation in one day. And on the accurate calendar, not the rabbinic calendar, but on the accurate Aviv calendar, we see that Israel became a nation in one day on the 7th Sabbath of the counting of the Omer. The following day was Shavuot. The rest of the world was completely oblivious to this because everyone was just going by the Jewish calendar, which was invented in 359 of the Common Era by an act of the rabbinic court when they said, we are making takanot. We are making a law which changes biblical law. Yeshua in Matthew 23 says, do not follow the takanot of the Pharisees. Do not follow it. And so he told us 300 years in advance, when they make up a new calendar, don't go by it. Just as plain as the hair on my chin. He said, don't follow their takanot. That's why we say, there's no rabbinic takanot here. We don't follow the Pharisees. We follow Yeshua. And we were told to count these seven Sabbaths forever. And then the next day have a feast called the Feast of Sevens, in which we celebrate counting 7 Sabbaths. And Israel was made a nation May 15th, 1948. And so then we go from there on to the rest of it. But make sure that when you quote me, that you're quoting me accurate, because if there's anything I didn't say, it's that. Thanks, right. Glenn. Got another one.
That's why chronology and context are so important.
Absolutely.
We have to know the right timing. Okay.
Absolutely.